Campus Tour crew, welcome back everybody here on our journey to get a win with every single team in College Football 27 Road to the College Football Playoff Mode today, featuring the North Dakota State Bison, one of the two new teams added here to College Football 27. We even had to get the shirt on and everything for this very special occasion. The Bison were recommended by Deus Ex Elemist in the Discord. If there's a team you guys want to see here on the Campus Tour sooner rather than later, make sure to leave them down in a comment below. There'll be a pinned thing showing a Google sheet with every team that's already been requested, what our current schedule is, and all the teams still available. So anybody you want to see, just make sure to let me know about it. Before we get too far into North Dakota State, do got to give another very special shout out to Albert Davis 4614, the newest member here on the channel, the newest member of the Campus Tour crew. Starts at just $5 a month and is by far the best way to help support this channel as we go through this journey in College Football 27. Fun fact for you, I used to work with a guy named Al Davis up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I doubt it's the same guy, but either way, shout out to both the Al Davises out there. Actually, one more fun fact before we get into anything else. That ticket that's on the kind of bottom middle of your screen there, I believe for every other teams, it's kind of like a big historic game that happened throughout that team's history. But for North Dakota State, that is the ticket for their upcoming FBS debut game, week 0 at home against Jacksonville State. I am so excited for that one. Fargo Dome going to be absolutely hopping. I think it's going to be absolutely electric, and I for sure be cheering on North Dakota State in that one. So, okay, that should cover everything we want to cover before we really dive into the team here. As usual with these, we are going to go over the playbook here quickly, go over the depth charts, and then hop on into our game. Well, I say that I already played the game, but that's so I know what to go over in the playbook. It all makes sense to me. But anyway, this North Dakota State playbook, I think is really, really good. Like really good. I think there's a ton of fun things in here. I think it warrants a further deep dive coming up in the upcoming days for us to really go over everything in this offense, because I think it's fantastic. First though, let's take a quick look at the depth chart. I'm so happy. I think I say it in the game. I am so happy they let us set these and save these, instead of having to go over it beforehand and then having when the game starts and then the guy unpauses right away. You know, we got 30 seconds to go through everything. Thank you for that one, EA. I do appreciate that part at the very least. So at quarterback, we're going to have Nathan Hayes, 74 overall, 76 speed. With this North Dakota State offense, though, I do think it'd be better with a faster quarterback. So I was tempted to put in Preston Brown, but we keep Nathan Hayes as our QB1 here. Halfback going to be DJ Scott, 83 overall, 89 speed, no abilities, but 5'11", 200 pounds. Wide receiver, not great. I mean, we are a tier 5 team, and what you could do, I typically don't like to do this, but you could put this corner, so he's a 72 overall wide receiver with 89 speed. You could 100% put him at one of these wide receiver spots instead of Chris Keel, 68 overall, 86 speed. No offense, Mr. Chris here. He is from Wisconsin. Always appreciate that. But it's a very slow wide receiver room here with North Dakota State. Jackson Williams, though, at least we got 190 speed option. Better than nothing. Tight end also going to be very slow. Mr. Kessel, 6'5", 75 overall, 77 speed. Can do the Kessel run in slightly over 12 parsecs. Offensive line, left tackle, 73 overall. Left guard's actually really good. Wow, quick step, outside shield, option shield. From what we've seen in the game, I was expecting this offensive line to be much worse. Still, worst offensive line we've seen so far is Old Dominion. That one's actually not too bad. Defensively, we have Matt here with a hammer ability, 76 overall on one edge, 75 overall on the other. Of course, not going to be too many abilities here throughout this team, but shout out to this guy, hometown. That's where I went to high school, St. Charles, Illinois. Fun fact for you, I don't know if he went to St. Charles North or St. Charles East, because we do have 2 high schools in that town. But if you went to North, let's go North Stars. Defensive tackle, 80 overall, 77 overall. Linebackers, this is one of the teams where actually not going to be playing any linebackers. As much as I think it's important to have them on the field, they were so slow. They're just so slow. And we had good speed options to put at sub linebacker, so I do end up putting a couple safeties in there. At corner, we moved some things around here to get 89 speeds on the outside. Najee Nelson, the guy you could put at wide receiver if you would like. And then 66 overall, 89 speed, Marion Moore. I mean, the overalls aren't all that different. I mean, these guys are both 6'1", but 87 and 86 speed. For our outside corners, who are most of the time going to be playing in deep zones, I do want a little bit more speed up there. Free safety, Mr. Crummy, 5'11", 88 speed. And then these two are actually going to be our sub linebackers. They're both box specialists. They're 89, 88 speed. They've got decent enough size. I think we can get away with this specific situation using those two as sub linebackers. So that is how we have set up North Dakota State. Now, playbook wise, like I said, there's a lot of really good, really fun looking things in here. But for us, there's two main formations. Well, really three formations we go to in this game. And that one is going to be this trips tight end, which I think looks phenomenal. A couple of really, really good stock pass plays. You got a few different shift plays in here. I don't know. Those are going to take me a little bit to get comfortable with. We have a Y shallow cross. You got a good verticals, a China Y post, a couple quick runs in there with an inside zone, a quick base. Pearl flat's a fantastic just stock pass play. And this comeback Y angle post is an unbelievable stock pass play. We have that halfback going on the crab route, running to the flat on the opposite side that he starts at. Not an easy thing to find, but a fantastic route for your halfback to be on. And we have some designed quarterback runs where, again, maybe having a little bit of speed at quarterback wouldn't be the worst idea. But this trips tight end, I think, looks very, very good. So this is going to be the kind of the formation we come out in at the start of the game. We use a little bit of this tight Y off. Again, you got a lot of different shift plays in here. You got some good, again, just standard stock pass plays, some play actions. I do actually want to show really quick because I did set some macros for offense, but they're all pretty simple and just to kind of help deal with stadium pulls. So I can do it in any one of these. And then Bunch Strong Nasty is going to be our other one. We have Bunch Strong Offset, which is pretty much the exact same as Missouri's was, and Bunch X Nasty, which again was pretty much exactly what Missouri had. We didn't go to any of those, but we can go to Bunch Strong Nasty. I'll show the different macros I've set up just for the offensive side of the ball. And these are all just one thing, the things that might be a struggle for us to do when dealing with that stadium pulse. So our macros here: block our tight end, block our halfback, put a Texas route on our halfback, untarget the user defender, put our wide receiver 1 on a streak, our wide receiver 2 on a post, our wide receiver 3 on a streak, or a wide receiver 3 on a corner. I think those are the ones kind of we did the most. Then for our tight end, we have a post or a corner that we can do. So that's all these macros do, is exactly what they are titled. But if we're on the road against somebody who's blitzing a lot and we need to block a tight end or a halfback, instead of just trying to do that one adjustment 6 different times, these macros you can do no matter what. These will go through first try every single time, so we can just, quick and easy, bang, we got our tight end blocked. Or actually, let's throw a tight end on a post like we would do for a dagger type play. Now your wide receiver 1 is typically going to be the one all the way on the left. It gets a little funky in trips. So your wide receiver 2 is typically going to be the one all the way on the right. Your wide receiver 3 is going to be your slot receiver. I almost always run 11 personnel, so for me it's going to work a lot of the times in the different formations that we have set. And then you have stuff for your tight end, stuff for your halfback. I will say though, for your wide receiver 1, in a lot of formations, if you set it to be an actual streak, you just won't go. You can't put him on a streak. You have to set it to fade, which gets a little funky when he's kind of in the slot like this, because it's going to put him on a slot fade. But at least now we can have a vertical threat on that far left wide receiver no matter what. Because let's see, if we go to a different formation here, I think I'd actually be able to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about. Like if we go to a normal Y off week, for example, let's just call a regular play, please. So if we go here, then we try to hot route X, you can see there's no streak, it's a fade. So if we have that macro set to be streak, it won't do anything to wide receiver 1. He would still just be on that in. But now we can put him on that fade route. So when he's inside, like in that Bunch Strong Nasty, it's going to be a slot fade. But when he's out wide like this, it's essentially going to be a streak. So that's how we have that set up. That's why we set it up like that. So those are going to be the main formations we're going to be in. We do use the macros a little bit on offense in this one. And we use those macros on defense a lot. I think that video just came out yesterday. Yeah, this is coming out Saturday. Those defensive macros, I'm really starting to like. A few minor tweaks, a few minor changes we're going to be doing kind of throughout the year as we see things that work, see things that don't. But overall, like where we're at. So North Dakota State, welcome to College Football 27. Welcome to the FBS. Let's go get a win with these boys. The North Dakota State Bison headed on the road for this one. Let's see where we are going. Down to Ruston, Louisiana, the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. I don't know if their playbook changed much from last year, but a lot of quick passes, more like air raid type of style. Looks like one of the end zones is still covered up by a shadow of that building back there, which I hate. I'm bad enough passing as it is. When there's a shadow covering the end zone, I'm totally toast. So when we get down there, we're probably going to be running the ball quite a bit. But North Dakota State taking on Louisiana Tech. Let's go. And luckily, with how the game is this year, we were able to come in and just do all of our substitutions before we even got into this game. Such just a good quality of life improvement. Like it was, oh man, I overcommitted to that like crazy. Some things never change. Me way overcommitting to a run and opening up the cutback, that's just not going to change, man. That's just going to be what we do. That's just going to be my life. So do we have a base cover 3 cloud in here? We don't, but we can do cover 3 sky and then turn it into a cloud with our little macro settings here. Now we just have a base cover 3 cloud set up. We just kind of got to watch up the seams going over this way. Ooh, a little option route. Go get a hit stick. Now for North Dakota State, I already went over the depth chart and everything, but we are going with 2 linebackers in there, or not. We had 2 safeties at linebacker instead of what we typically like to do. We just keep linebackers in there. This is the first time we just never really had a great option for our other guys here. Ooh, and the pressure gets in there. Went with a little Tampa stunt. Eventually that pressure got in there. I think he had that halfback open, but I didn't see a whole heck of a lot else. Oh, doubles Y off. Let's just go back to our cover 3. Takes me a second to remember where our adjustments are. Oh, and they're rolling. Ugh, see that I don't love. It's like that 47's on a streak. Which he might be here. He kind of was. Oh, middle third. Middle third, get back to it, Mr. Crummy. Unfortunate last name for you, brother. But way to go and make a play. Maybe the rollout worked for us. He sees everybody rolling to the left. He thinks that middle's going to be open. But Crummy gets right back to it. North Dakota State defense opening up with a quick turnover. Now offensively, I'm thinking we're going to be in this trips tight end quite a bit. I mean, this playbook overall, again, we talked about it already, but the playbook overall looks really, really good. But we just used bunch strong offset. We just used bunch strong or bunch X nasty. Let's get into something a little bit different here and try out this trips tight end. Seems like everybody got the memo about the run games. They are all just completely selling out, selling out to stop the run. At least on early down. See, now here, I mean, we have an RPO, but we don't have much else. We want to do anything else now? We'll just keep this one kind of as is here on this play. Got A wide open in that left flat. Go on, big boy, tight end. Get off me. Get off me, little fella. Go throw a block there. Go pick up almost the first down. I thought we did there. 3rd and inches. We just don't have a fast quarterback. I like the looks of the quarterback runs, but man, our quarterback is so dang slow. Let's go with, let's put our tight end on a post, just a regular old post here. See if we can't get anything from this. Let's just take our halfback quick, 3rd and inches. Let's just make sure we're picking up that first down. Take a nice, quick, easy one. And we're headed, oh gosh, we're headed to the end zone that's in the shadows. Let's try an RPO. Haven't really called too many RPOs. I feel like I should, even just from last year. RPOs were so good in 26. I just never really called them. Looks like his user was just kind of standing still there. Oh, go get that. Oh. I thought our outside receiver was going and getting both of them. I thought he had that first guy held up and then was going to go get that second guy and open up that alley for us to take that all the way in for the touchdown with 21. But still gets us down to the 12, and now, see, this is what I was talking about with these end zones. Like, they're just so difficult to see sometimes. Just cut one back up here, trying to get one stiff arm, and then I think we are pretty gone. China Y post, sure. I think we're going to keep it pretty much as is here. I do like these plays with the built-in, halfback, going to the reverse side of the field. I got Y right in that pocket right there. And force your way in there, Collins. We got to get our way in there. You know what this is going to be an opportunity for us to do, though, that we haven't done yet, is the new QB sneak meter. I got to give this a try. I don't know if this is really going to work super great for us, but it seems like as long as we can time it up okay, I don't think there's a whole lot the defense can do about it. So let's try to get this one green and see if Hayes can just climb his way in for a touchdown here. I mean, that's as green as we can get it. We got close. We got close. Let's try this again. Maybe go to the left side this time. I mean, that's green again. Come on, man. Those are getting greened. Those are absolutely getting greened. All right, let's try the strong toss maybe. I feel like we've gone QB sneak. We've gone QB sneak. I should have put it back in an audible in case he is coming out in something different. I feel like we greened those pretty good. Let's do a toss out to the left side. Everybody's getting blocked. Yes, sir. Go ahead and take that toss and get him all the way to the edge there, Mr. Scott. So the QB sneak didn't seem to work out great for us, but then sneak in a little toss, take it in, get the early turnover, early 7 on the board. The Bison hitting the moves. I forgot to 6-7 that time, but early 7-0 lead. Yeah, I do think I'm going to change those the safety midpoint settings in our macros for some of those there too. But that gosh dang guard came to pick us up. For the rolling, when we go from sky to cloud, because I didn't love how far left they all got. And I mean, it worked out for us, but I didn't love the looks of it. So that might be something we're going to have to change here when it comes to our different macro adjustments. Let's go to a Tampa 3 here with the Texas stunt. See if he's still going to be trying to run that rock. Oh, popped it out. Good work, boys. That's right where I had to be, but our middle third able to get back. And our flat actually got back to knock that one out. Back to Y off trips. Oh, heck, I say back to. I don't think he's gone to Y off. I don't think he's gone to Y off trips once. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we'll go with our cover 6 here again. I gave him the cutback. I gave it to him because how many times have I told myself, don't overcommit, it gives up the cutback. I can't help it. I'm just so aggressive with my user. I want to get in there and lay a hit on him. But luckily, our defensive line, we had a good stunt going on that one, so we get him to a 4th and 4, and he's going to wing offset here. 6 to the right, I think. Nope. I'll just take it to the end of the quarter. I really don't hate the idea of just a full, like, shaded down Tampa 2 here. I don't. Or even just a default Tampa 2, maybe. Yeah, let's just run like a default. I should have actually ran match. That's what I should have done. Just came out in like a cover 4 match or something like that. Let's try to take away any. Oh, gosh. Oh, he tried. We'll take him however we can get him here with North Dakota State. That was wide open. I always forget about the guy just dead stopping, but he kind of caught us off guard with that one. But it doesn't even matter. That is a first down for our Bison boys. Now we can go to a little bunch strong nasty. We've used bunch strong offset. We used bunch X nasty with Missouri. But now we have a bunch strong nasty. Well, let's see what we can get. I do like where that left wide receiver is lined up. Okay. Got to be able to block that guy. Yeah, I like where that left wide receiver is lined up. I like the looks of this motion smash angle play. We just throw a streak on our far outside wide receiver. And then we just have a flood going on over there. And, you know, we don't really have any stadium pulse or anything for us to worry about here, which is nice. Let's go ahead. Let's see what we get here. I mean, we have the tight end. We have RB just absolutely by himself. Pitch and catch, wide open, number 15. Now we hit him with it. Now we hit him with it. A little 6-7, and the Bison firing here against the Bulldogs. I am going to try a little just cover 4 match here. When he's coming down these 2x2s. Give this a shot. You got to move over here. We're going to be on the 3-rec hook, which essentially in formation like this, for the most part, not every time, but we are going to be watching the halfback on these. See, that's an instance where he wasn't. He still forced one over to the... See, that's an instance where I wasn't, because the guy actually came shallow to the right, so I actually had to follow that as the 3-rec. He didn't even see that. He threw it to one of the most covered men I've ever seen in my entire life. But it was caught, so who's the dummy now? Clearly I am. So back to a little cover 6. I didn't see a whole heck of a lot open there. I think he was going for that quick little spot route. I believe the boys were kind of all over him, but our stunts, those built-in stunts we can do with those macros, getting in there, getting a little pressure. Now his quarterback's getting all banged up. Well, I mean, he's only -3 speed and -1 throw on the run, so nothing too crazy. But still, we like what we're seeing. We're going to have that contain over there. We're going to have a stunt going over there. We're going to try to fill that gap with our user. We're going to be too slow, and the lineman is going to come pick us up. And this run game is absolutely killing us. I see people able to run the ball. Our opponents are able to run the ball. I can't run the ball. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the stunts we're doing that aren't helping anything. Maybe it's definitely my user's not good on run plays. It's a little bit of both. I'm going to stay right on the half back. I was in the middle of saying, I'm going to stay on this halfback. I just keep going to the right. I just ignore the halfback and let him catch that. I was worried he had something going on over to the right there that actually looked like it was getting pretty open. A little like flood kind of thing going on. So I was a little concerned about that, but still shouldn't have been. And oh my gosh, I'm there. Just make a tackle, you freaking idiot. All right, let's go back to a Tampa 3 here. Give this one a shot. We'll go with the Texas 4-man one here again because he has not been running with his quarterback. It's not been something super concerning for us. Deep half. I mean, pretty good defense there, boys. I like where we're at. We just gotta actually make that play next time. We go back to this cover 3. Again, it shouldn't mess up our safeties too much from where he's at here. We're gonna change our 3 sky into a 3 cloud, and that's just right at you, Steele. Pitch it. Uh-oh. Got a little cocky. Got a little confident. It's gonna... Okay, it's not gonna result in a touchdown, but we got it. You know what? Hand up. We got a little too confident on that one. I really thought we were gonna be able to take that and go score. I was getting pretty excited. Go with a shaded down cover 4. Try to help watch the run here a little bit where we need to. We got the flat right there. What good knockout. I mean, that was wasn't our brightest idea, but you know what? It was worth a shot. And I overcommit again, but luckily he cuts that one a little too far to the right. And we're there to bring him down, a 3rd and 6. Well, I think we can get a stop here either way. And I don't hate just like a full shaded down Tampa 2 in this situation. And of course he's going to go vertically, but right at me. Let's not pitch it this time. Let's just run, Mr. Steele. Just go ahead and run. Go ahead. I told you we'd be fine. I told you we'd be okay. First down for North Dakota State. You guys just got to trust me sometimes. Minute 53 left in the first half. What else should we go to in this playbook? I don't hate the looks of this tight Y off, but I don't really love the looks of it either. Like maybe the mesh spot, maybe some different runs. We'll try mesh spot and put B on like a crosser or something like this. Kind of a classic mesh setup. I mean, it sure looks like single high safety might be cover 3. Might still be in man. We'll see here. It is a little zone coverage. We'll take a quick check down here and go get that block for me, halfback. Now we juke him out this way. Oh, I was hoping we had one more blocker coming to help us out as we got our way up the field there. But still a nice gain for North Dakota State. Puts us right back on the 50-yard line. And I think we're going to go back to a run. 0-1 trap. Let's give this one a try. We do want this to be like, you know... Gosh, this offensive line is just not holding their blocks. We do want this to be last drive of the half. I mean, I'm pretty confident in us in this game, to be totally honest with you. But still, if we can just clock this out to the end of the half, take our 3-score lead going into halftime, then I really love where we're at. Collins on this corner route, I kind of like the looks of this. We're just going to kind of keep everything as is here. X kind of beat him on that. Those return routes. So the thing with return routes this year, from what I've heard, let's see, are we just out of here? Let's go check our stats quick just in case. 103 yards on 14 total plays. How many turnovers did we end up with there? Yep, our peer has conceded the game. So that is a win with North Dakota State, a dominant victory down in Louisiana. But what I was saying with those return routes, if you hot route and put a return route out there, it seems to run like absolute trash. But if you have a play with a built-in return route, it actually seems to run a lot better. That one worked out pretty nice. We had our halfback getting open, but that's also a thing with Texas routes. They seem to run much, much slower this year, so I don't know if that's one we're going to go to, because I loved me a hot-routed Texas route back in College Football 26. But either way, that is a great victory for North Dakota State. Liked what we were seeing out of those defensive macros. Love what we see out of this North Dakota State playbook. I think this one has a ton of potential. I do wish we had a home game there with North Dakota State, but I do believe it was glitched in the beta. And from what I saw somebody on Twitch running with the Bison at home, and they were playing at Missouri State Stadium. So I'm hoping maybe that got fixed by the time this comes out. I don't know. I was hoping to see the Fargo Dome there, but either way, great win for the Bison, and they are officially off the board. 5-0 start for us here on this journey. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you guys next time with, I actually have it written down here, Rutgers, one of my favorite playbooks from 26, stayed pretty much unchanged here in 27, and actually a sneaky, really, really good team. So I'm looking forward to that one. I will see you guys then. Until then, take it easy.